Hi students, so in this PPT I'm going to discuss about floors. So this is a part of module 3. So let's see what is floor. The floor is used to divide a building into different levels, one above other for the purpose of creating more accommodation within a limited space. So this allows the development of building in vertical direction. Okay, so floors are dividing the building into different levels when we consider the vertical cross section. Okay, so the floor divide a building into different level and the floor are placed one over other, and the main purpose is to create more accommodation within a limited space. So within this limited space itself, by arranging the floors in different levels, we can accommodate more uses, or we can utilize this space for more uses. So let's see what are the functions of floor. So the floor provides a level surface that is strong to support the users and other components of a building. So let's see here. So these are different floors. So in this particular image we can see three level floors. Okay, three level floors. So these level floors provide a level surface that is strong to support the users and other components of the building. So in a building we'll be having inhabitants as well as furnitures, machineries like that based on the usage of the building. So this floor will provide a level surface that is strong to support the users and other components of the building. Also, the floor carries load imposed on them. So, the live load, dead load, or the load or the weight of the human beings or the weight of the furniture, machineries, etc. are carried by the floors. And it also prevents the dampness rising from the ground into the building. So dampness means the presence of water. Dampness indicates the presence of water. Okay. So in the ground floor, there is a chance for the seepage or appearance of water from ground to the floor. So this floor will prevent the dampness rising from the ground into the building. So if this is the ground floor, it is close to the soil surrounded by that. So there is a chance for the movement of water from the soil to the inside of the building. But this ground floor will prevent that movement of water, or otherwise termed as dampness. So that is one of the function of the floor. It prevents dampness rising from the ground into the building. And also it provides thermal insulation. While we discussed about the components of the building, we have studied that the walls will help for the thermal insulation. Similarly, the floor also helps or provide thermal insulation and prevent growth of plant life into the building, and also provide a suitable wearing surface. And let's see what are the components of a floor. So floor can be basically divided into two components, sub-floor or base coats, and second one is floor covering or flooring. Okay. So in this image it is shown there is the flooring. This is showing a ground floor. So at the bottommost we are having earth fill. After the construction of foundation and basement, will be filling it with earth. So first layer will be earth fill, and over that we'll be placing a lean concrete. PCC will be plain. PCC means plain cement concrete will be laid. So first layer is earth fill, then over that a lean concrete is laid, and over that a DPC layer is poured. So DPC is damp proof coats. So this coats is DPC means damp proof coats. So DPC is provided to avoid dampness or to resist dampness. So over the lean concrete we are laying a DPC layer, and over that again a cement concrete is placed, and over that the floor finish is laid. So this is the structure of a floor, or these are the different layers of floor. Different components of a floor. So basically these components are generally divided into two, subfloor or base coats and floor covering. So all this The first one is showing floor finish, otherwise termed as floor covering, and beneath that all these components together termed as subfloor or base course. So the base course, the the bottommost part of the floor is termed as base course or subfloor, and it imparts strength and stability to support this floor. So the main function of this subfloor is to impart strength to the floor, and it may be made of brick, stone, wood and concrete. So these are showing the different layers of this subfloor. So it may consist of earth fill, over that a lean concrete, over that a DPC course, DPC means damp proof course, and over that a cement concrete. And the second component is floor covering or flooring. So here you can see the topmost layer is termed as floor finish, otherwise you can it is termed as floor covering or flooring. So this is the covering over subfloor. So this is the subfloor, and the covering over subfloor is termed as floor covering or floor finish. It provides a clean, hard, smooth and impervious, durable and attractive surface to the floor. So the main purpose or the function of the floor covering is to impart or is to provide a clean surface, also hard and smooth, impervious, durable and attractive surface to the floor. It also may be made of brick, stone, timber, tile, concrete, mosaic, marble, glass, etc. Based on the utility, we'll be choosing the material for the floor covering. So in detail, we'll see different types of flooring materials we are using in the construction. So this image is clearly another image showing the different layers of a particular floor. So it will be starting that lowermost floor or the lowermost layer will be soil or earth fill. Over that we will be providing a lean concrete or a layer of stones or metal. Over that a small sand layer is provided, usually 5 mm thick. Over that the damp proof course or DPC layer is placed, and over that again a concrete slab or concrete is laid, and over this we are providing the floor finish. This is a typical arrangement of a floor or showing the components of floor. Next one is types of floor based on its position. So the floor can be divided, or the main purpose of the floor is providing the utility space one over another within a limited space. So based on its position, the floor can be divided into ground floor, basement floor and upper floor. So this is showing a framed structure and these are the floor levels. So this is our ground floor is the floor constructed just above the ground level. So this is the indication of ground level. So the floor which is constructed just above the ground level is termed as ground floor. Okay. So in this image, so this one is the ground floor. The floor which is constructed just above the ground level is termed as ground floor. And basement floor is the floor which is constructed below the ground level. Okay, so this is the ground level. So basement floor will be the floor which is constructed below the ground level. So usually we are, so here in this image itself, you can imagine that sometimes this structure may be having an access through the side. So usually we will be providing the basement as underground parking. Likewise. So the basement floor are the floor which is constructed below the ground level, and the ground floor is the floor which is constructed just above the ground level. So in this image, this one is showing the ground floor, and beneath that this one is showing the basement floor. And upper floors are floors which are constructed above the ground floor. So in this image, this one is the ground floor, and above that these are the upper floors. And it is respectively termed as first floor, second floor, likewise it is going. So in this image, this is the topmost floor which is also acting as the roof. So it can be also termed as roof or roof slab. Okay, so typically based on the position, the floors are divided into ground floor, basement floor and upper floor. Ground floor are the floor which is constructed just above the ground level. Basement floor is the floor which is constructed below the ground level, and all other floors which are constructed above the ground floor are termed as upper floors, and they are respectively termed as first floor, second floor according to the number of stories. So next one is the commonly used floor are RCC floor. RCC means reinforced cement concrete floor, and it may consist of concrete as well as steel bars, and it can be constructed for shorter span. For shorter span will not be providing beam or column, but as the span is increasing we'll move on to beam, column, or the slab maybe or the floor may be supported by beam as well as column. And usually the slab thickness or floor thickness for the RCC floor is 80 to 150 mm, and will be providing 9 mm to 12 mm diameter steel bars for the reinforcement. And as I told earlier, for greater span and for greater load also, beam and slab construction is adopted. That is, framed structure will be adopted. Here slab is acting as a flange of the beam. That means this is the image showing the RCC floor. So this one is the typical floor. This is the horizontal member is beam and the vertical member is column. So this beam and slab together taking up the load and it is transferring to the column. So here